Thank you. I got to tell you right now that, we're struggling with this right now. You know I am, but I know I've never felt more love than right now. We all realize the sun's going to come up tomorrow, and we're going to start preparing this football team right away. I know I'm going to be back. You can count on it, and I'm dedicating next season to the fans of Buffalo.
What is up, YouTube? It's Jay Coffee back at it, and that was a clip there, a brief clip from downtown Niagara Square, Buffalo, back after the first Super Bowl of the Bills for 4 consecutive Super Bowl appearances. The original wide right, which again it stings, period. The Bills losing this game to the Chiefs, a game we were right on the brink of winning. I know, could have this, almost did that, doesn't really matter, etc. I know, I get it, right? But it just stings even more. Either way, losing that game, but the fact that it went down in the books as another wide right. Some would say history was repeating itself. Well, seems history is repeating itself even more as back then, that clip, right? They covered that on the Four Falls of Buffalo documentary. Really great documentary. I think it was an ESPN 30 for 30. It was an emotional moment. And, the Bills came so close, and the fans rallied around Norwood, right? Like, I don't know why this is jumping in my head, but sometimes when a certain individual is looked at as losing a game for a team, when in any game there could be a lot of other instances where the game couldn't have came down to that. Like when they were asking Josh in the press conference after the game specifically about Bass, he was saying, I wish we didn't even put him in that situation. And you see him in this one clip, consoling Bass on their way to the locker room, like, don't worry, bro, but in some instances, the fans want that player's head, right? They want to go and find this dude and kill him, right? Yeah, like, I don't know. Comment some other instances in sports history. Anyone who taps into this video, you remember a play or a finish to a big game that made a fan base turn on a player. Different sport, soccer, right? Biggest sport globally. You guys remember the World Cup in the 90s? USA beat Colombia 1-0 because that one dude scored on his own goal. When he went back to Colombia, he literally was killed. It was pretty wild, pretty crazy, different sports. I think on that Narcos show, they showed that, what's his name? Escobar may have had something to do with that. I don't know. But my point is, when this happened with Scott Norwood, the fans rallied around him. You heard him. And again, that's a brief clip. Go check the full thing out. They were supporting Scott. They chanted his name. And Norwood was a really good kicker. Like, a really, really good kicker. No cap. And I believe after this Super Bowl, was it the next season, he hit the winning kick in the AFC Championship to send us back again to another Super Bowl. If it wasn't, it was the one after. And he hit a lot of big kicks to win games in big moments. Like, Norwood was money, Tyler Bass, I think his career is a lot younger. Like, he hasn't been in the league as long as Norwood had at that point. I could be wrong. I could be mistaken on that. If anyone does know, tap in and let me know. But the point is the fans supported him. And now we're seeing that all over again, because this charity that is like Bass's charity that he wishes for everyone to donate to, I think it's this 10 lives or whatever they're calling this, some positivity, right? Cat pun, pause. Like an immense amount of money has been donated to this charity. I keep seeing the number going up and up. I think it's almost at $300,000. And, there you go. Once again, Bills Mafia supporting Bass. Now, that's a beautiful thing. That's dope. What do you guys think about Bass and Norwood, the comparisons? Do you look at Norwood as a guy that was always money except for that very moment in the biggest game ever, the grandest stage of them all? Or do you not think that? And with Bass, do you think, he had been struggling, right? He had missed a kick and had a block kick, which I guess the block ain't really on him, but missed a kick in the week prior, and I don't know, wasn't Bass's percentage down a little bit this year? Jump in the comments and let me know. But it's still cool to see the fans supporting them. But I bet you some individuals will say, yo, Coffee, that's cute and all. That's dope. We're a great fan base, and I love that. I love that the Bills Mafia is such a great group of fans. But I think some fans have been around for the duration, like myself, and I'm not saying I necessarily feel this way, but I can see why some people feel this way, may feel like, yeah, that's cute, great, sportsmanship, camaraderie, we love our team. But at the end of the day, we want to win one. That was the first Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Now here we are, 3 more Super Bowls. The drought, all that is later, and then this team falling short multiple years. We're sick of it. I don't know. Let me know if you feel that way or not, and what you think about this. The comparisons, history repeating itself once again, once over. Now, in other news, I see some talk going on about this call in the Bills-Chiefs game about that late flag on pass interference. Was the contact, or I don't know if it ended up being like illegal contact or holding or pass interference, whatever it was, it gave the Chiefs a first down. It was a very late flag, which was some BS, and we know the refs have been atrocious this year. But the Bills-Chiefs game, I actually thought the refs didn't do such a bad job, but this play was some BS, and you see some fans we're up in arms about this. I kind of totally forgot it after just the heartbreak of the game and how wild it was with the ending. I'm kind of in this off-season hangover mode. But what do you think about that call? Was that a terrible call? I can't remember what happened after it, if we ended up stopping them anyways, or they put up more points. I don't know, man. Comment and let me know your thoughts about that. And then one more thing I want to talk about before I close this out. I have been talking about how I was getting a tad sick of the Taylor Swift show, that leading into the Bills games. I'm, checking in my teams in this big game, this big playoff game, for all the analysts, what's their takes on the game, and, updates and stuff like that. And instead I just kept getting Taylor Swift news. Will she be there? Will she not be there? Why is Josh Allen more like Taylor Swift? Why does Josh and Taylor have more in common than Travis and Taylor? And I just got sick of it, like the Taylor Swift show. This is getting a bit outrageous. And then I was kind of disappointed that they were selling Taylor Swift inspired snacks and nachos at the Bills game. And some guy commented and basically was like, hey, you schmuck, what don't you get? This is big business. The cross promotion brings in dough. It brings in the big bucks. It rakes in the dough. Like, hey, I get it. And as you see, the latest news is about her getting all these gifts for Mahomes and Kelsey as they broke this record for the playoffs and everything. Touchdown receptions between quarterback and receiver, or in this case, tight end. And I was answering to this guy. I get it. I understand it all. That's simple. It's big business. Money, getting more eyes on the product. Taylor Swift has a big fan base. It all translates to more money, big business. The bottom line, let's rake in the big bucks. I understand it's simple to understand, but I'm just saying it gets like I get it, right? But okay, how about this is football featuring Taylor Swift? She's there. It's been turning into kind of more like the Taylor Swift show, and football is second to that. And that's what the coverage has been like. I don't know. I thought it's been being kind of ludicrous, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm tripping. Jump in the comments and let me know what you think about that. And that's going to do it for this one. It's Coffee signing out. Subscribe. Daily videos, music, news, sports, and more, and I'm out of here.